INEC designates International Conference Center Abuja as Solution Center for Presidential Election Results. Thus, with effect from today, January 6th, collection of PVC moves towards. And on Panorama, spotlight is on. Very good afternoon to you and welcome to NTA Network Center on Panorama. Today, I am Obehi Otubo Aprosai. Please don't forget you can follow this news broadcast live on our website at nta.ng/live and on YouTube at NTA News Online. You can also visit our Facebook page at NTA Network News, our Twitter handle at NTA News Now, and on Instagram at NTA Network for updates. Ahead of the February 25th and March 11 general elections, INEC has established a National Situation Room and Collation Center where the results of the presidential election will be collated. A statement by INEC National Commissioner for Information Festus Okoye notes that INEC has designated the International Conference Center ICC in Abuja to serve as the venue for the collation of the presidential election results. The collation center will be headed by the chairman of INEC, Professor Mahmoud Yakubu, in exercising his constitutional responsibility as the Chief Electoral Commissioner of the Federation and returning officer for the presidential election. In addition, a few technical staff will assist him. The Situation Room shall be responsible for the preparation of the venue, seating arrangements, utilities and services, security, the accreditation of party agents, as well as the national and international observers and the media. From today, the 6th to 15th January, collection of PVCs will be at the wards. Correspondent Goodluck Inani visited some of the collection centers in Edo State to explain the level of PVC collection before the change of venue.
It is no doubt a busy day at the various PVC collection points in the metropolis. Youths were cited as prospective voters destined to secure their PVC. At the time of visits, many personnel were busy attending to subscribers who were patiently waiting to collect their card, while those who have collected theirs displayed it in excitement.
It's not worth 10 minutes, they bring it out. So I'm fully ready. For this matter, I'm fully ready.
The operation is fast. I just entered, not quite long. They gave my card and I have to have my PVC.
I was at the INEC head office in Benin, where I interacted with the resident electoral commissioner.
The 6th of January until the 15th of January. For 10 days, people can collect their cards in the wards, no longer in the local government offices of INEC. People can go there and collect their cards. It's closer to them for this period. And after then, we'll revert again to the local government offices from the 16th of January until we end it on the 22nd of January. So those who haven't collected their cards, they should please take advantage of this.
The PVC is one of the prerequisites without which no one will be allowed to exercise his or her franchise. In Benin, Goodluck Inani, NTA News.
The Interagency Consultative Committee on Election Security in Edo State has put in place a joint security and safety team for the peaceful conduct of the general elections. The team include the police, army, DSS, civil defense, and other sister security agencies. Again, Goodluck Inani reports that the meeting chaired by Edo State Resident Electoral Commissioner of Ifanga to dwell on far-reaching decisions.
The 2023 general elections is no doubt getting closer each day, just as political activities within the political terrain are heightened, and INEC in Edo is taking no chance in ensuring a peaceful exercise. This meeting will afford members of the committee avenue to suggest useful contributions on how to make a difference. Edo State Resident Electoral Commissioner Obo Efanga told the meeting that the commission has made adequate preparations in the areas of staff training and test run of its gadgets ahead of the exercise.
INEC Edo State has received its required number of beavers, except 40. There's 40 outstanding. We expect that to come in any moment from now. Before the election, we will actually have mock election, so to speak, using the beavers to do some trial for people to see how it works and for us to also see that it works very well.
Security is key in the success of the exercise, and for the Edo State Commissioner of Police, Mohammed Dankwara, all hands must be on deck.
It makes our work easier when people are law-abiding. And to the politicians, they have to play by the rule of the game. Anybody who wants to drill, we will not allow that.
Although the outcome of the meeting is encouraging, observers say true test of their degree of readiness will be on the day of election itself. In Benin, good luck in NTA News.
Election year usually comes with tensions and apprehensions in Nigeria, maybe due to many speculations and prophecies, as well as projections. However, with campaigns and other activities for this year's election in top gear, many Nigerians are expressing optimism that the general elections will be the best election ever to have been conducted in the country. Who sought the views of some Benin residents on their expectations from this year's elections tells us more.
2023 general elections started ringing bell in the ears of many Nigerians since the year 2020. Preparations for the elections by INEC and political stakeholders also began early enough to guarantee a hitch-free electoral process. Like a dream, the year is here, and the much talked about general elections just around the corner.
We should be ready to make a good change, positive change, by the grace of God. Our expectation is very, very sure. Then as regards the election, God is going to take charge.
I want the year to turn out to be a better year. I'm praying for a peaceful election, and I'm praying that power will change and in this country for good. That Nigeria will be better again.
Our election will be peaceful. And the only people that will mount the seat of authority in this country is the person God has destined to change the fortune of this nation.
It is not out of place for people to speculate and make negative projections during elections, but this time around, Nigerians seem to be more positive about the forthcoming general elections.
Nigerians will have the opportunity to choose without being harassed, no violence, just like the Mr. President has promised that there will be free and fair election.
People are predicting the possibility of election. People are predicting that, but I can assure you that from all the indices across the country, to the south, to the north, and to the west, there is no iota suggesting that election will not hold.
On February 25, Nigerians will be electing a new president and National Assembly members, while state legislatures and chief executives will be decided on March 11. Respondents believe that no matter the direction the pendulum swings after the election, there will still be a shift in the nation's political order. In Benin, Jude Abugu, NTA News.
And to discuss more on the projections for the forthcoming election, I'm here with me in the studio, Sonny Agwebo, a political stalwart and a public affairs analyst. Sir, you're welcome to Panorama.
Thank you very much.
And so we just saw a report where Nigerians or Edo residents are optimistic. Do you share their view?
Yes, I'm very optimistic that the elections will be very peaceful. With the introduction of beavers, I'm confident that it's going to be free, fair, and credible.
And so the campaigns are running now at a high pitch. Are you satisfied that the ethics are being met with the campaigns?
Yes, so far so good. The different political parties are out there telling the electorate what they want to do or what they intend to do if they intend to power. I would say clearly that in Edo State there have been no incident of violence. So political parties are attacking each other. The campaign so far have been based on issues, which is supposed to be the case. People are telling people that this is what they stand for, this is what they intend to do, And the electorate, interestingly, are very interested in this election because it's like they made a lot of mistakes in the past, and they want to use upon to correct those anomalies or those mistakes that they made. If you look at the electorate, they are looking at the candidates very critically, looking at their pedigree, looking at what they have done in the past. And I think from the look of things, this time people are going to choose rightly and to the interest of the public and the country.
In every campaign, there are proposed policies that the candidates hope to meet if elected. Do you think these messages are being passed to the electorates?
Yes, the messages are clearly. In fact, the electorate themselves, they know where they are going because they know where they are coming from. You'll agree with me that Nigeria of today is not the Nigeria we used to know. Times are completely changed. Things are difficult. People are anxious to make that change, but they don't want to continue in this harsh. So based on that, people are anxious. They are looking at the electorate more critically. That yes, you came about 8 years ago. You told us you would do this, you do that. You never did. Now you are coming again to tell us the same thing. Now they are looking at the electorate candidates. Say, this one, is he sincere? This one, is he not sincere? So based on that, I think they've made the right choices. And I'm confident that this time around, the story is going to be completely different because the level of awareness in Nigeria, not just in those states, is at its peak just now. Everybody is anxious. People are eager to cast their vote. You can see, go to the different centers where they are calling their PVC, it's jam-packed. People want to pick up their PVC because they want to be able to vote and make a statement and say, well, this is what we stand for. And I think at the end of the day, like I said, with the BVL, with the visas, and of course, the general situation in Nigeria right now, elections are going to be very, very interesting.
And so permission to use campaign venues we have seen it as an issue coming up, in this election period. Are those, in your own opinion, are those authorizing public officials, are they exercising their powers responsibly?
Yes, I think so. They are. Public venues, nobody is restricting anybody from using public venues. The last time some people applied, they wanted to use the Ogbè Stadium. The government was very clear that there are issues with the stadium. Not because of politics. After so many billions of naira to fix the stadium, because you go and destroy it. At that time, innovations and a lot of things were going on. So there's no way they could have used the stadium. So for me, I think the government is doing what is right. And when you look at the issue of the other party came yesterday, they had their rallies, in Edo State. The stadium is not the only venue. They went to, I think, Unibel, so the sports center. That's another venue. Those are available. So if you want to use the venue, you apply properly, and then you get the necessary permission from government agencies, and it's allowed. So for me, I think there's no problem as far as using of the giant venues are concerned. For now, there is none at all.
And so let's talk about peace. Are you convinced by the commitment to peace now made by political class?
Yes, I'm very convinced. Like I said before, so far so good. There have been no incidents of violence or people disrupting each other or peace. People destroying the peace of the land so far. The campaigns so far have been based on issues. And when campaigns are based on issues, you don't expect people to go outside, the box to do what is wrong. It is not the business as usual, where people believe that you can steal ballot paper. People believe that you can just go disrupt elections and your result will be announced in favor of the wrong candidate. People are ready to know that the day where you use thugs, where you use agro to disrupt elections are over. So based on that, that's everybody is concentrating now on issues because it's when you're able to canvass your position to the electorate that you get the vote. So that idea of, say, let me recruit some thugs or let me recruit some hooligans to disrupt the election so that I can have undue advantage, that era is gone. People are aware that if you use hooligans, for instance, you go to the ballot, you go to the police unit or police center, steal the ballot paper, it will not count. It's not like you steal it, you later come out with a different, it's not going to work. So that awareness is there. And I believe based on that, you are having this peace in Edo State and in Nigeria in general. If everybody know that the moment you steal the ballot paper or disrupt the election, it will not count like it used to be. So the duty of the candidate now is to talk to the electorate, convince them on what they can do, And the electorate duty is to assess those candidates. If you say you can do it, what is your pedigree? What's your issue? What have you done in the past? So it's easier said than done. You come and say you do XYZ, whereas your history shows that you have never done anything right in your life. So nobody is going to take you seriously. But if you look at the pedigree of the candidate, if you say I'm going to load block, he has loaded block in the past, you take him seriously and based on how you vote for him. So I believe strongly that this election is going to be based on issues. Based on issues, the candidate will discuss what they stand for. The electorate should critically assess those candidates if they are going to keep to those promises.
Many thanks.
Thank you very much.
Tony Agwebo, a political stalwart here in Edo State and a public affairs analyst, for joining us here on Panorama this afternoon.
Thank you very much.
Thank you. And so let's go on a break. When we return, Panorama continues.
The vaccine offers hope for a safe country free of coronavirus. I urge all state governments, traditional and religious leaders to take the lead in the mobilization effort within their environment and spheres of influence. I similarly urge all eligible Nigerians to present themselves and be vaccinated in accordance with the order of priority already mapped out at the various authorized designated centers only.
The federal government's End Hunger Initiative requires policies that raise the bar in the yearly performance of the agricultural sector. Here is an assessment of the sector's impact on farmers in Edo State in 2022 and highlights of the agricultural innovations that shaped the sector last year.
In 2022, the budget allocation for agriculture sector was 198.1 billion naira. Despite the downward review attributed to the economic downturn, the Federal Ministry of Agriculture and Rural Development, in collaboration with the State Ministry of Agriculture and Poverty Alleviation, as well as other agriculture agencies, have been able to carry out hundreds of projects to support smallholders farmers, especially women and youths.
The ministry distributed small-scale processing equipment, cassava, oil farm, cashew crackers to farmers in the states.
To maximize farmers' income, the federal government also approved the construction of feeder roads in rural communities.
After the provision of these feeder roads by the Federal Ministry of Agric and Rural Development, they are able to bring out these farm produce, to nearby market.
Trainings on new agricultural value chains like cucumber and carrots is another innovation introduced to farmers in the state in 2022.
We're not having training on other crops that we thought would not do well in Edo before. We cover that Edo is a blessed state and all these crops can grow here.
For the first time, farmers have also been given the opportunity to give their assessment of government's performance in the year under review.
Enjoyed quite some interventions from the states, like the roads. We have solar lights everywhere that has enhanced our productivity.
The Federal Ministry of Agriculture and Rural Development have done very well for Edo people.
There are agitations from key players on the need for increased commitment in the sector in the new year. In Benin, Obahio Tuba Prasai, NTA News.